Hey, good to see you here. My name is Bhaskar and I'll be presenting to you the various possibilities in the online freelancing world over the next 1 hour to 1.5 hour time. In fact, this webinar you are now accessing is actually called a primer to online freelancing. It is an introduction to the exciting world of online freelancing. Wow! You know what? Most people only talk about doing something, but you are one among those people who actually take action. By deciding to be part of this session today, by deciding to attend this webinar, by deciding to take out your time and be with me for the next 1.5 hour, you have actually taken the first step towards launching your online freelancing career. Isn't that exciting? I am excited. You know, Walt Disney once said, all your dreams can come true if you have the courage to pursue them. Everyone dreams about achieving bigger things in life, but how many people actually do it? How many people actually decide to put in the effort, decide to take the next step towards reaching their goals? And the first step towards completion of our goals, achievement of the goals, is to jump into action. And that is how I was saying that since you decided to attend this webinar, since you decided to access this presentation, the business presentation, the possibility of getting into online freelancing, you have proven, you have shown the world that you are an action taker. Now, over the next 1 hour to 1.5 hour time, I will take you through 4 different aspects of online freelancing. In fact, the first aspect that we will look at is the introduction to online freelancing, which is where we will discuss what is online freelancing, why online freelancing is rapidly growing in the world, and how it is possible to get into this industry of online freelancing. Then, of course, we look at the second module, which is where we will discuss how to identify genuine websites. We will also understand what are the various project categories available, what are the types of freelance projects available, and how do you decide what skills will be needed to take up these projects. We will also understand the possibility of selecting appropriate project categories, what factors you have to consider while selecting those projects. And then we will move on to the third module, which is where I will share my own story. You know what? About 12 years back in the year 2008, I first got into working online for clients globally. My first freelancing project, I was able to pick it up online on October 2nd, 2008. And then there was no looking back. I will share my own story as part of module 3. And once we complete our discussion on these 3 modules, you know what? Something exciting is going to come across to you by the time we complete this session. You will have the opportunity of signing up for a 30-day challenge. Do you love challenges? Are you really keen to get into this freelancing world? Do you really intend to create an additional stream of income for yourself and your family by starting to work on freelancing projects for clients globally? If yes, I'm going to give you an opportunity to sign up for a 30-day challenge towards the end of this session. And that 30-day challenge is actually the next step. The next step for you to launch your online freelancing career. The first step you already completed by deciding to be part of this session. So by the time we complete this session, you should be able to take the next decision, you should be able to take the next move, you should be able to get into the next step of launching your online freelancing career by signing up for the 30-day challenge. So shall we start? I'm sure you are as excited as I am, because the word freelancing itself, online freelancing itself is very, very interesting and exciting for me. And I'm sure by the time we complete this session, you will also start experiencing the same. So let us start our discussion regarding the what, on why and how of online freelancing. So what is online freelancing? I'm sure you heard of this word freelancing. Now, freelancing is a concept where you work for clients who are not your full-time employers, and they give you the work that they need to be done. You complete the work, you get paid for the work that you deliver to them. In fact, the beauty of online freelancing is that, number one, You can use your existing knowledge, skills, and abilities. Over the last couple of years of your experience working in different industries, probably you are already running a business. Maybe you are a homemaker or a retired person or even a student. Your experience, the skills, the knowledge, and abilities that you already have, you will be able to leverage them and you can start working on projects related to your skills, knowledge, and abilities. There is no need to start getting into learning complex technologies. That's the beauty of online freelancing. The second, of course, is that there is no boss. Today you ask any employee, more than 50% of them will say that they dread interacting with their boss. Isn't that true? Of course, there are good bosses, there are also bad bosses, sometimes there are horrible bosses. Now, having a boss is something that most employees do not want. However, there is no option. As an employee, you continue to have your boss. Now, as a freelancer, the beauty is that you don't have a boss, which means you decide when you want to work completely at your discretion. You decide when you want to work, which means you can actually work during your free time. You can continue to do whatever you are currently doing. You don't have to disturb your current occupation, whatever vocation you are involved in, whatever business you are involved in, the job or your responsibilities, whatever you are involved in now, they can continue as they are. You don't have to disturb any of that. Continuing with what you are currently doing, you can actually start getting into online freelancing. You know why? You know how? Because you can work during your free time. It could be mornings, it could be evenings, it could also be maybe during the weekends. Most people in the world today say that they have at least 1 or 2 hours free time each day. Is that true? In your case, do you have 2 hours free time each day? It seems more than 60 to 70% people in the world already have about 2 hours free time each day. Now, if you say that you don't have the 2 hours, there is only one option, one solution. You just have to wake up 1 hour early in the morning, go back to bed 1 hour late, you get your 2 hours. Isn't that true? And you can utilize your free time. In addition to leveraging your current knowledge, skills, and abilities, you'll also be able to convert your free time into cash by working on freelance projects. And of course, the most attractive thing for online freelancers is that this opportunity lets you work from anywhere in the world. All you need is an internet connection and a computer. And today, the world has changed so much that wherever you go, internet is available. In fact, most people sometimes are are seen to start working in public places where even the internet Wi-Fi is freely available. McDonald's, KFC, that's a possibility. I know a couple of my own team members who actually spend hardly about 3 to 4 months in their own country. The rest of the year they keep traveling across the globe. Because this is an opportunity. Online freelancing gives you the opportunity to work from anywhere in the world. It is location independent. Is that interesting? Is it exciting for you? I am sure it is. Because most people dream about traveling the world. Now this is the opportunity. As long as you are in a full-time employment, you can only take a vacation maybe for a week or 10 days, definitely not beyond that, and that too maybe once a year. But as a freelancer, you decide from where you want to work, you decide when you want to work, you decide what kind of projects you want to work, you decide how much you earn by the end of the month, and that is what is online freelancing. So why is online freelancing rapidly growing in the world? Now if you look at from the client's perspective, the guy who gives you the projects, most clients, most businesses today have been planning to reduce their fixed costs. And how do they reduce the fixed costs? We have seen businesses saying a thank you, removing their full-time employees. So instead of full-time employees, businesses have started hiring freelancers like you and me. And that is how the opportunities for online freelancing are rapidly increasing. Now as a client, as a business owner, imagine if you can hire freelancers, what it means for you. You don't need an office. You don't have to pay the office rent. There are no infrastructural costs. There is no telephone bill. There is no AC bill. There is no power bill. There is no mobile bill. In fact, there is no cost towards even the coffee or tea. Because your freelancers who are working from their own homes, they will drink their coffee and their tea. You don't have to foot that bill also. And that is very attractive for most business owners. And also the business owner need not pay any increment, no bonus, no provident fund to be paid to employees, because the freelancer is paid on per project basis, job wise, job pay. And that is why this opportunity of freelancing is also very attractive for business owners, because they get to pay only when the work is delivered to them. If the work is not delivered by the freelancer, the business owner need not pay. And these are the many reasons why today most of the clients, many businesses have understood this opportunity of outsourcing their requirements to freelancers online. Now, if you look at from the perspective of freelancer, someone like you and me, why do you think online freelancing is increasing? I am sure you know the answer. Number one, everyone today wants to increase their income. Who doesn't want to do that? Because the expenses are increasing every day, every week, every month, and every year. And people continue to say that they need to start earning more. And that is why the demand for online freelancing is increasing, because everyone wants to increase their income. And today, people want to live a lifestyle of freedom instead of full time employment. It is found that more than 55 to 60% of the employees today are frustrated with the tedious, boring routine of reporting to office morning 9 o'clock and continuously working till evening 6 o'clock. Some of them work till night 9 o'clock also. Isn't that true? Whereas online freelancing gives them the opportunity of leading a lifestyle of freedom instead of full-time employment. And of course, there is no boss, as we said. There is no compulsion to work on jobs or projects that you do not like. You can decide to work on projects which are exciting for you. You can say no to projects that are not exciting for you. You have complete freedom as an online freelancer. And of course, you don't have to worry about waiting for the next increment, the next promotion. I know, because I have spent my first 12 years of my career as an employee with various companies. I have worked with public sectors and also private sectors. I know the pain as an employee we undergo waiting for the next increment. We are not sure what will be the salary hike for the next year. We are not sure whether there will be hike or not also for the next year. And promotion is something that's a far-fetched thought. And of course, after spending 14 years of my first couple of years of my career as an employee, I then started my own business. My first company I started in the year 2006 December. I'll explain. I'll share my story in a couple of minutes, as I already said. So as a freelancer, you don't have to worry about looking forward to waiting for increments, salary hikes or promotions, because you can decide today how much you want to earn by the end of the month. The more effort you put in, the more revenue you can generate for yourself and your family. And of course, you can get paid for every single work that you deliver for your clients. Every work you deliver gets paid, which means every minute of effort you put in working for someone is fetching you returns, is fetching you money in return every single minute. So you decide how many minutes you want to dedicate. You decide how many hours you want to work. And when you don't want to work, you decide you are free to go on a vacation whenever you want to. These are the many reasons why, from the perspective of freelancers, the world of online freelancing is attractive, and that is why online freelancing industry is fast growing for the last 8 to 10 years now. So how do we get into this online freelancing? What are the various steps involved? Would you want to know? Do you want to know? Yes, I am sure. So let us look at 3 steps involved. There are just 3 steps. Of course, the first step is you need to identify genuine websites. See, on the internet today, there are millions and millions of websites. In fact, every month, thousands and lakhs of new websites keep coming up online. You are aware of that, right? Now, we also know that there are a lot of websites, thousands of them, which claim that they will let us take freelance projects and start earning online as a freelancer. But I'm sure you know that most of them, the vast majority of them, are scams, are fake websites. They actually ask us to start paying up even before we start earning ourselves. And that is why it is important. It is very important that as a first step of getting into this industry, you need to know how to identify genuine websites. And I'm going to help you understand how to do that. We're going to discuss how to identify genuine websites in a short while. I'm going to explain that. So that is the first step, identifying genuine websites. And of course, the second step, once I have identified the website where you want to start working as a freelancer, second step would be to choose the project category. There are a lot of projects, and these projects are arranged into different categories. Like for example, we have projects related to sales and marketing. There are projects related to content writing. There are projects related to administration. There are projects related to IT and programming, design and multimedia, etc., etc. We'll also look at those list of project categories in a short while. And the second step is that you have to choose the project category based on your knowledge, your skills, and your abilities. That is how you will be able to start working on these projects. And then the third step, of course, can you guess the third step? Once you select a project category, you know what? Online, if you want to get freelance project, you need to first apply to the project. Just like we send our resume or a CV when you want to get into an employment, into a job with a company, you need to apply for it, isn't it? The same way here, you need to apply to projects against project descriptions that clients share and put up online. And understand this carefully. What does applying to a project mean? What it means is you need to write a project proposal. The client will actually publish online his project description, wherein he will explain the nature of work, the quantum of work, the volume of work, the deadline for the work to be completed, how much payment or budget is assigned for the project. All those details he will share with us online. And once you go through the project description, you should be able to decide whether that is something that you want to get in, whether that's a project you want to work on. And if you decide to work on that project, you need to apply by sending a written proposal to the client. You need to write a proposal. And of course, along with you, many other people also will apply for the same project. Only if your proposal stands out from the other proposals, only if a proposal is impressive enough, if it is a winning proposal, then the client will be happy to award you the project. Otherwise, he might give the project to someone else. So the third step is writing the project proposals, right? Once you submit the proposal, which is impressive enough, you get awarded the project, you submit work, and you get paid. Of course, because it is online and the universal currency on the internet today is the US dollar. Often in most of the websites, freelancing websites which are genuine, you will notice that the payment is made to you by the clients in US dollars. Imagine if you are anywhere in any of the Asian countries, obviously US dollar will help you get more income in your own currency. That's a beauty. For instance, I am in India, and today of course the Indian rupee, when you compare with the US dollar, one US dollar is close to about 78 to 77 rupees. Which means if I can generate $1,000 through a freelancing project, I'll be able to have a total amount of almost 77,000 Indian rupees. That's very attractive for most people in India today, because the average salary in India is around 35 to 40,000 rupees a month. So if someone was able to get a project worth $1,000 in a month, will be more than happy to continue to work as a freelancer. So these are the three steps involved in online freelancing. Step 1, identify the genuine websites. Step 2, choose the project categories. Step 3, submit the project proposals, get the project, submit the work, get paid. These are the three steps. I hope you have understood this. Shall we continue? Now, project categories. That's the second module we're going to look at now. Second point in our agenda for today's session. This is where we will look at the methods for identifying genuine websites. How do you know which is a genuine website, which is a fake website? We'll also look at the various categories of projects available. So are you ready? Yeah? If you're ready, quickly in the comment box that you find below the video or maybe beside this video that you're watching now, you can type ready. I am ready. Please do that. And then continue to watch this. Now, how do you identify genuine websites? Is there a method? Are there some couple of pointers? Are there some parameters and factors we can consider to decide which is a genuine, which is a fake website? Yes, there are. Out of my own experience working online with various clients globally, working on different freelancing websites across the world, I've been able to figure out how to identify the genuine websites. And you know what? There are three different things that you should look for. Number one, the website should let us apply to projects for free. Of course, every genuine website will have a free plan and also a premium, a paid plan. Now, there are some websites which do not offer any free plan. They would say that you need to pay upfront before you can start applying for projects. I would say stay away from such websites, because often in most of the cases they are not genuine websites. So if a website is letting you apply to at least 2, 3, 4 couple of projects for free, then I would say it is definitely a dependable website. Because if you're able to apply to a project for free, it means you don't have to invest a single rupee, you don't have to invest any money, and then you are able to apply to a project, you earn money. Later you can decide to upgrade your account to the paid plan, to the premium plan, because that gives you more features, more flexibility. Right? So this is one important parameter you have to look for. A genuine website is a website which should let us apply to projects for free. The second parameter you have to look for is the payment guarantee. See, often when we work for an employer, right? For example, offline, outside the internet, if you plan to work as a freelancer, let's say someone awards you a project, you complete the project, you submit the work. Let us say someone asks you to write 5 articles on a given topic. You complete writing articles, you send across the articles on the email to that guy, right? And then what happens? Most of the cases we know that payment doesn't come in. And we're not even sure where this guy resides. It's very difficult to collect the payment from this person. Isn't that true? Offline we know, once we deliver work, how painful it is to collect payment from the employer, from the client. Now, if it is so difficult offline, who will actually pay money online? And that is why we need to have the payment guarantee. So a genuine website provides this payment guarantee through a method called escrow account, and also through a method called time trackers, hourly trackers. What is this escrow account? Let me explain. Understand carefully. Usually on a genuine website, a website which is genuine, once we apply for a project and the client finds that our proposal is impressive enough, he may decide to award the project to us. Now the moment he awards the project to us, he will be required to fund the money into an account called escrow account on the same website. For every project that is awarded, a separate escrow account is automatically created. The client will be required to deposit the project fee into the escrow account even before you start working, not after you complete the project. Even before you start working, the client has to deposit the project fee into the escrow account, which automatically gets opened against the project in the same website. Now look at the beauty of this. The money is already deposited even before you start working, so you don't have to worry at all. You continue to work, you submit work. The day you complete and submit the work, the fee which is already there in the escrow account automatically gets released to you, which means there is no way anyone can cheat anyone in terms of the payment. And that is why it is highly dependable when we say there's an escrow account on a website. So most of the genuine websites will definitely have this escrow account. You know what? Once the fund is deposited into the escrow account, the client cannot withdraw that fee without your approval, because project is already awarded to you. You also cannot withdraw without the client's approval, which means you cannot cheat the client. The client cannot cheat you, and the money continues to stay with the website. The day project is over, the payment gets released to you automatically. Similarly, there's a method called time tracker, through which the number of hours you work on a project is actually tracked, and you are paid. Sometimes some projects involve hourly payments. You are paid based on how many hours effort work that you put in on the project, and all this is possible only if it is a genuine website. Look at the beauty of this. Such excellent, streamlined, highly structured systems are in place, and that is the reason why I am saying you need to look for genuine websites only. Otherwise, most people today in the world do not know whether this website is a genuine or a fake website. They just get onto the website, they start paying up money and end up losing their money. So never pay any money for a website which asks you to deposit money if you want to work on a project. Please understand this. And the third parameter you have to consider is that the website should provide support to us in case there is any dispute that arises between you and your client. Isn't that true? The client could be anywhere in the world, the freelancer, that is you, could be anywhere in the world, and often there's a possibility that a dispute might arise. Client may not be happy with your work, you may not be happy with the release of the payment, etc. Some issue or other there's a possibility, I'm saying. Of course, in my case, I have noticed in the last 12 years, rarely there's an issue with any of the clients. Out of 100 clients, maybe 1 or 1.5 clients only will create a problem, which means 1 in 1,000. And even in such a scenario, I am saying the website usually intervenes. They will take care of the dispute resolution if it is a genuine website. So these are the 3 things you have to look for to decide whether the website is a genuine website or not. Number 1, it should let us apply to projects for free. Number 2, it should provide payment guarantee through escrow and time trackers. Number 3, it should provide support by resolving any disputes that could arise between us and the clients. And that is how you identify the genuine websites. Have you understood this part? Yeah. And there are also a couple of other factors you need to consider when identifying genuine websites. There are also a couple of other factors you have to consider when identifying genuine websites. In addition to the 3 that we already discussed, 4 more factors let me list out. Number 1, the user interface. The website should have easy to understand user interface. It should not be a rocket, it should not be a complex aspect to navigate through the website. It should be user friendly. That's what we are saying. Number 2, there should be a constant inflow of new projects onto the website. There are some websites where rarely a new project gets posted each month, which means the website is static. Clients are not happy, freelancers are not happy. So it's better to avoid such websites. So this is one important parameter, because only if there's a constant inflow of new projects, if new projects are getting published on the website, it means we have enough opportunities for ourselves as freelancers. Isn't that true? And the third aspect is that the website should have quick and easy payment withdrawal options. Often, as we said, on this freelancing websites, your project fee is paid in US dollars. And if you're not in any of the US states, right, if you're not in US, then if you are in, let's say, in Asian countries, you will have to convert that US dollar into your own currency. That is where we use a PayPal account. However, I'm saying the website should let you withdraw your project fee that you earned in an easy method. There should not be a complex, difficult process set of steps involved in the withdrawal process. Isn't that true? Otherwise, what is the point? We put in so much effort completing project, clients have released the pay. If you find it difficult to withdraw that fee into your account, bank account in your country, then obviously the effort has gone a waste. So I am saying this is the third important criteria you have to consider after the first 3. What is that? The website should have quick and easy payment withdrawal options. And number 4, the client communication possibility. The website should provide us dependable and streamlined communication channels. See, in some websites there is no communication possible at all with the client, right? And most of the genuine websites, they provide different channels of communication between you and your client. Sometimes you can communicate with you can interact and communicate with your client through a chat facility on the website. Often there's a email facility, and there are also many other modes possible, and a genuine website will take care of all these parameters. So I hope you have understood 3 plus 4, totally 7 important factors to consider when identifying genuine websites. Got that? Shall we continue? Now we will look at the project categories. What are the various categories of projects possible online? There are actually 8 different categories of projects possible. While I explain these categories, what I suggest is make a note of the categories we are discussing. If required, I'll wait for a couple of seconds. If you're watching the recorded version of this session, then you can pause this video, you can grab a notebook quickly, make a note of the project categories, and I'm sure you're already doing that. If not, pause this video, grab a notebook and a pen and list out the project categories, because by the time we complete this session, you should have a fair understanding of what is possible in this industry. And with the project categories on hand, you will be able to select the categories which are suitable for your skills and knowledge. Isn't that true? And that is how you will be able to immediately take up the challenge I'm going to offer you towards the end of this session. Once you sign up for the challenge, you will be able to get on to the next step of launching your career as a freelancer in this online exciting world. So are you ready? Yeah, I hope so. Now, the first category is called IT and programming. That's the first category name, IT and programming. Now, as I explain these categories, I am using different words and labels for each of the categories, different names. Please understand, on different websites, there are different names used. However, there are just subtle differences, but these are the broad categories of projects available on most of the genuine websites for freelancing online. Now, when we say IT and programming, the projects available in this belong to programming languages, testing tools, databases, for example, database design, database management, database development, including ERP, SAP, SAP, application programming, mobile app creation, all projects related to IT and programming, projects related to the information technology, projects related to the computer field, the programming field, all of them are part of this category. So do you have that background? If yes, put a tick mark against the category in your notebook. And then let us move on to the second category. The second category is called design and multimedia. As the name indicates, projects related to design and also multimedia will be part of this category. For example, there are projects related to Photoshop, CorelDRAW, projects related to DTP, desktop publishing, and some projects involve creation, designing of brochures, designing posters, designing logos for businesses, UX and UI, graphical user interface, animations, voiceover. All those projects are part of this category called design and multimedia. And I'm sure most of people today have an exposure to at least some of the tools related to design. So do you have a background in this category, design and multimedia? If yes, put a tick mark against that category in your notebook. Now let us look at the third category, writing and translation. As the name indicates, writing content, producing content. This is where projects involve writing articles, creating web content, writing ebooks, copywriting, creating content for sales and marketing, academic content, technical guides, manuals, business related content, creating white papers, writing newsletters, press releases, writing, let's say, creating question banks, study material, courseware, e-learning modules. Everything and anything related to writing is part of this category. And there are also projects related to translation, translating the content from one language to another language, including projects related to editing and proofreading, checking for grammar, spelling, punctuation, etc. So all these projects related to writing translation are in this category called writing and translation. Usually I have seen that this is a category which excites most people. Even if you don't have a background in IT programming, even if you don't have a background in design and multimedia, I'm sure this category called writing and translation is something that you can get in immediately. Most people, everyone who is watching now this session, I'm sure will be able to get into this category quite easily, because writing is something we all do as part of our educational curriculum. Yeah, you agree with that? Let us now look at the next category. Before we go on to the next category, if you think that writing and translation is a category that catches your fancy, if you think this is a category that excites you, put a tick mark in your notebook. And now let's continue. The next category is called sales and marketing. Now this is to do with online sales and marketing, like for example internet marketing, digital marketing. That is where we have projects related to SEM, search engine marketing, SEO, search engine optimization, SMM, social media marketing, SMO, social media optimization. We also have projects related to email marketing, content marketing, telemarketing. Everything related to sales and marketing is part of this category. So if you already have some background in sales and marketing outside the internet, this is a category that you'll be able to quickly get in and start picking up projects. Yeah, if you think you have this background of sales and marketing, put a tick mark in your notebook. And now let us move on to the next category, the fifth category, which is called finance and management. And I'm sure you understand that in this category, projects related to accounting, costing, auditing, financial planning, portfolio management, ratio analysis, human resources, project management, all those projects are available in this category. Projects related to management, projects related to finance. And we also have projects related to using various software like QuickBooks or Tally, etc. for accounting purposes. So if you have an experience, if you are exposed to any of these areas related to finance and management, this is the category you need to select when you start working on freelance projects online. So put a tick mark against finance and management if it fits into your current profile. Let us go on to the next set of categories. We already discussed 5 project categories. The next one, the sixth one, is called engineering and manufacturing. And you know, in this category, we have projects related to civil engineering, electrical engineering, electronics, mechanical, instrumentation, architecture, manufacturing, projects related to AutoCAD, AutoCAM, everything to do with technology, engineering, manufacturing. All those projects are part of this. And then we have the next category called legal category. This is where we have projects related to company law, environmental law, environmental, health law, IP, intellectual property related projects. Like for example, you might have projects which involve applying and getting copyrights, trademarks, patents for your clients. So if you have a background in legal area, legal field, then this is the category that suits your profile. Put a tick mark against that in your notebook. And finally, we have the eighth category, which is called the admin support. Now, please understand, after we have discussed the first seven categories, if you feel that none of these seven fit into your requirement, none of these seven fit into your profile, don't worry. Because the eighth category, admin support, it matches, it suits everyone's profile in the world. If you're able to watch this session, if you're able to access this webinar, it is more than enough for you to start getting into admin support category, because that's a category which involves projects related to file management, email handling, online research, data processing, which means data conversion, converting data from one format to another format, PDF to JPEG or JPEG to Excel or Excel to Word, etc. We also have projects related to virtual assistant. What does it mean? Just like an office assistant in an office, or executive assistant in an office, here online you will be called as a virtual assistant. You will be spending maybe 2 to 3 hours each day working for your client, who could be anywhere in the world. You are paid on hourly basis, and nowadays this is increasingly on the rise. Projects related to virtual assistant. And most people today are happy working as a virtual assistant because they get paid on hourly basis. They get their pay on weekly basis, which is wonderful. So these are the 8 different categories available on any of the freelancing websites. What I suggest is pause this video here if you are watching the recorded version. Of course, if you are watching now the live version, you have nowhere to pause. So if you are watching the recorded version, you can pause this video, quickly go through the list of the 8 project categories you have made, and see how many of the categories match your profile, match your knowledge, skills and abilities. And I know the next question that most people ask me is, how do I choose a project category? People keep asking, is there a way to decide which project category will suit my profile? How do I select a project category? That's where people struggle often. And hence, I'm going to explain to you, I'm going to help you understand how to select your project category, how to choose your project categories. Of the 8 categories available, how do you select 1 or 2 or 3 or 4? The first thing you have to consider is your hobbies. What hobbies do you have? Accordingly, you have to select your category. For example, in my case, I've always been highly passionate about writing poems, writing articles, etc. Right from the time I was in school. I used to contribute to my school magazine. Then of course later when I went out to college and university also, I was doing that. So my hobby, which is writing, is related to writing and translation category, and that is where I have decided to start working in that category first day when I started getting into online freelancing. Now, apart from hobbies, what else should you consider? The next one, second parameter you can consider is your interests and passion. What are you interested in? What is your passion? See, I was always interested in learning website design. Of course, today I manage close to about 35 different websites of my own, with different brands and for different businesses that I manage and run. In fact, I run multiple businesses online. I'll share my story in the next couple of minutes. Hang on, right? So I realized that though I do not know programming, I have absolutely no programming background, no technical background. I learned WordPress. I'm sure you heard of WordPress. WordPress is the software used to design websites, and today on the internet you'll be surprised to know close to about 40% of the websites and blogs are running on WordPress. That's a mind-boggling figure, right? So I learned WordPress in about 4 to 5 hours time. It became one of my strong passions. I love working on WordPress websites, and I realized that's another interest and a passion for me. So I can consider this to start working on projects related to WordPress. So what I'm saying is, your hobbies can become a source for you to understand which category to choose. Your interest and your passion also is the second parameter you should consider. Then of course the third most important thing is your current knowledge, skills and abilities. What are your skills are? What are your knowledges? What are your abilities are? For example, in my case, I have actually conducted workshops and I have trained students, thousands of them over the last 10 to 15 years now, for various competitive exams in the country, like exams like GRE, GMAT, etc. Now, because I have been training them, I am thoroughly acquainted with the content, with the structure, the curriculum for those exams. And that is why I decided that I am comfortable working on creation of question banks for those exams. That is where I even started writing ebooks for my clients, preparing courseware, creating e-learning modules for my clients related to various aspects of learning: soft skills, communication skills, quantitative ability, reasoning ability, analytical reasoning, logical reasoning, etc. So your current knowledge, skills and abilities also you have to consider while deciding to choose the project categories appropriately. Of course, within 3 months to 6 months time, once you start scaling up this business, once you start getting more and more projects, you will realize that you cannot manage these projects yourself. You definitely have to plan to start hiring people for your business. You will start setting up a business. That's what happened with me also. Initially, I was working alone as a freelancer. Within 3 to 6 months, I realized that I have to definitely recruit a team of people. And in the future, when you start recruiting a team of people to decide the project categories, you obviously have to look at the strengths of your team. Depending upon what are the core strengths of your team, you can choose the project categories that you want to work on. Have you understood this? We have discussed 4 different parameters you have to consider for selection of the appropriate project categories. Now, let us look at some exciting, interesting statistics from the freelancing world. We have already understood what is online freelancing, why it is rapidly growing, how people can get in. We also understood how to identify genuine websites. We also discussed the various factors you have to consider for selecting the project categories, and we also have a thorough understanding of the 8 different project categories available. Right? Now, let us look at some interesting, exciting, motivating numbers, statistics from the freelancing world. Look at this. Can you count the number of zeros in that? Can you read out this number? It is $1.2 trillion. 1.2 trillion US dollars. And you know what this amount represents? It is the annual earnings of freelancers only in US alone. Imagine across the world, Asian countries, European countries, across the world, together, how much freelancers could be earning every year. This 1.2 trillion US dollars is the annual earning of freelancers in US alone. More than 30 million freelancers today are long-term oriented, which means they are not keen on working for just for a week or 2 days or 1 month. These guys, once they taste the success, people tend to continue to remain as freelancers with a long-term vision. 31% of the freelancers earn more than $75,000 a year. Are you aware of this? The average pay in US, as I am told by some of my clients, is approximately $25,000 to $30,000 a year. That's about $3,000 to $4,000 a month. Imagine a freelancer earning $75,000 a year. That's almost $6,500 every single month. And 31% of freelancers are earning like this. Look at the opportunity. And then of course 50% of the working Asian population is expected to turn to freelance work over the next 5 years. Within the next 5 years, it's expected that 50% of the working population in the Asian countries will get into freelance works. Are you ready for this? Who knows? You could be one among them within the next 1 or 2 months time. I am already part of this network of freelancers continuing to provide work to clients globally. Now, let us also look at more interesting numbers. To do that, we will access a report which has been recently published by a well-known reputed website, freelancing website called Upwork. They published a report after this COVID 6 months lockdown, and the report is called Freelance Forward 2020. This report has been published by Upwork in September of 2020. So let me show you a couple of interesting statistics from that report. Just give me a second. I'll pull out the report onto the screen for you. Okay, so I have the report with me on the screen. As you notice, it's a huge report of close to about 89 pages. However, we'll quickly browse through and pause wherever we have interesting numbers. Observe this. This report, published in September 2020, is called the Freelance Forward 2020, commissioned by Upwork. 59 million Americans freelanced in the past year, and as I said, 1.2 trillion US dollars were generated in annual earnings by freelancing. And you know what? 36% of the total US workforce is currently into freelancing. and this is found to be happening across the world, and the numbers will further increase. We also know COVID-19 has impacted all areas of the economy, including freelancing. And if you notice that the freelancers have started working more after this lockdown, more and more opportunities are coming up online. Let me show you interesting numbers. 58% of non-freelancers new to remote work are now considering freelancing in the future. Imagine that. 58% of the people who are into full-time jobs, who have never done freelancing earlier, are now considering the possibility of getting into freelancing. And freelancers themselves are positive about the future. 86% of the freelancers say that the best days are ahead for freelancing, and 90% of them are among the new freelancers. 71% say that the perceptions of freelancing as a career are becoming more positive. 74% among them are skilled freelancers. Let me show you more interesting things. 3 in 10 freelancers have quit their job. They have left a job with an employer in order to freelance. Is that interesting? Is it an eye-opener? Who knows? You could be one among these 3 out of 10 people. You might be planning to quit your current job. You might be planning to shift into full-time freelancing. If you're already in employment, what I suggest is start doing this as a side hustle. Maybe mornings, evenings, and weekends. Within 3 months to 6 months, when you see considerable amounts of revenue coming in, then you can take a call, which is what I also did when I started in the year 2008. So this is very interesting, isn't it? 3 out of every 10 freelancers have left their full-time job with an employer in order to get into freelancing. And this report has got even more interesting numbers. However, we will not get into all this, right? Wherever there is something interesting, I'll stop. Observe here. 3 in 5, that is 60% of the freelancers say they make the same or even more than they would make working for a traditional employer. Look at that. Freelancers are saying, 60% of the freelancers are saying they're able to earn more than what they would earn as an employee with a company full-time, working full-time. And as a freelancer, you have all the other benefits of being your own boss, deciding when you want to work, deciding how much you want to work, deciding how much you want to earn, deciding from where you want to work. All these are additional perks and benefits, and you are earning more than what you would earn as a full-time employee, which is the case with me as well. So what I suggest is, when you are able to find some leisure time, when you are free, you can go through this report, which is available for free online. Just search on Google with the word Upwork Freelance Forward 2020. You will get the report. Yeah, we had a look at some interesting numbers, and I'm sure these numbers are quite motivating, quite exciting, and I'm sure these numbers also help you make the decision to move forward and now kickstart your career as an online freelancer. Now that we have seen the exciting numbers, now that we have understood what's been happening, now that we have understood what's going to happen in the future, can you guess what is in store for us in the future? We know that the coronavirus crisis has spurred the growth of online work. More and more businesses are now coming up online, outsourcing their work to freelancers like you and me, because businesses have started removing their full-time employees to cut down their expenses, and of course business can't stop, things have to run. So how do they manage that? Instead of hiring full-time employees, businesses are now outsourcing that same work to freelancers like you and me online. So coronavirus crisis has actually added more fuel, created a better momentum to the growth of online work. We also know that in every country, millions of people are losing jobs. More people are expected to lose jobs in the next 18 months to 24 months to come. In India alone, it is found that 100 million and more jobs are at risk after the COVID-19 lockdown. So what is the option? Worldwide, we know that COVID-19 working model is here to stay, and this is the future. When I say this is the future, what I mean is the future is online for all of us, because 86% of the freelancers already are saying that the best days for freelancing are ahead. So do you agree with this statement that the future is online for all of us? I am sure you agree with that. Whether we agree or not, this is going to remain the reality, and we have to adapt to the rapidly changing environment around us. Because remember, Charles Darwin proposed this years back, survival of the fittest. Only those who are able to quickly adapt to the changes in the environment will survive. So this is the time where you have to decide to adapt. You should make decisions to actually quickly shift into what is in demand. You should do this to ensure that your financial interests are taken care of for you and your family, and that is why many people are getting into online freelancing. Now, the next step, what do we do now? We already discussed two modules, the introduction and also the project categories. It is now time for me to start sharing my story with you. In the next couple of minutes, I'll quickly explain how I got into online freelancing. You know what? In the year 1990, I completed my graduation. It was with BSc, Bachelor of Science with Mathematics, Physics and Chemistry. And then in the year 92, I completed my MBA, HR, Human Resources. After completion of MBA, for about 14 years I worked with various companies, private sector, public sector. With some organizations, I was heading some important departments. I was the head HR, head L&D, Learning and Development head for some large companies in the country, including Dr. Reddy's Foundation. And of course, after working for 14 years as an employee, in the year 2006, I started my first business, a training company. Because I was always highly passionate about offering training, training people, teaching, explaining, presenting. And I know that this is something which is very close to my heart. Training is my first passion. So I started my first business in the year 2006 December. And then after starting this first company for almost 1.5 years, till 2008 June, I think close to about 2 years, we were able to run this business. We were making brisk business. Because at that time there's a huge demand for training. In India, the BPO sector was booming, IT sector were fast growing, companies were looking for outsourcing their training requirements, colleges were looking for external trainers. So we used to have hectic schedules traveling around the country to all the major cities, training, delivering workshops and training programs to colleges as well as corporates. However, in 2008 June, recession hit us. I'm sure you remember June 2008, recession happened in the world. That hit us badly. Suddenly, the training assignments stopped. Our clients started saying, Bhaskar, no funds, no budgets for training. Cash flows have stopped for them. They started removing employees. Colleges started saying, no recruitments, so there's no need to train students. So our training assignments stopped, which means the income stopped for our business. So how do we survive? At that point of time, I realized we have to quickly look for additional revenue generation opportunities. I used to hear people saying that there's a lot of earning potential online. People used to talk about earning money, making money online. So I used to go to people and ask them, see, do you know any method of earning money online? Can you please share that with me? Whoever talks about earning online, I used to immediately request him to share any technique or a method with me. And these guys used to say, sorry Bhaskar, I have not earned any money online. But I know, Krishna Rao, or Rama Rao, Srinivas, or Ahuja, they have made money. I used to say, then give me the mobile number of that person. I want to go and meet this person, Ahuja, and learn from him how to earn money online. When I meet Ahuja, this guy used to say, Bhaskar, I never earned money. I do not know why those people gave you my name. But I know someone who actually made money. So and so guy, XYZ has earned money online. He has earned a lot of money. So I used to go and meet XYZ. And this XYZ also used to say the same thing. I used to run pillar to post trying to find out if there are really people who have been able to earn money online. I did that for close to about 6 weeks, 45 days. Finally, after 45 days, I understood that there is no one actually earn money online, at least in my own circle of friends and relatives and colleagues. Maybe there are others elsewhere whom I am yet to meet. So I said, instead of trying to run to people like this, let me see if I can research online, figure out myself. That is when I was spending 5 to 6 hours every day. Some days I used to spend 10 hours, 12 hours a day researching online, trying to figure out, is there a way to earn money online? And finally, October 2nd, 2008, October 2nd, that was when I picked up my first project online. I came across a website called Elance. I'm sure some of you might have heard of this website name. It no longer exists. It has been renamed now as Upwork. At that time when I started, the site name was Elance, E-L-A-N-C-E, elance.com. When I reached that website, on the home page I saw it. At that time, it was the world's leading website for online freelancing. I said, wow, this is a beautiful opportunity. Sounds interesting. Let me start. So I tried to log in. I tried to register with my email ID. But then the website said, look, your email ID is already registered. Enter your password. I don't remember when I registered with that website. So what do? I clicked on the forgot password option, retrieved my password, logged into the account. After I logged in, I was surprised to see that my profile was already there on that website. When I went through the profile, I realized that 6 months earlier itself, in the month of May of 2008 itself, I had actually created that account, but then I forgot. It happens many times, isn't that true? We go and we keep accessing, browsing the internet. Sometimes we register on a website. We even forget that we have registered. The same thing happened with me. And you know what? At that time, in May of 2008, probably when I registered and created that account, the website might have asked me, and I shared my credit card details also with them. You know what they will do if you provide the credit card details? The website thought I wanted a premium account, a paid account. They have the free plan and the paid plan. I didn't know that, and because I gave my credit card, I clicked on a button, and then the website thought I wanted a paid account, a paid plan. They upgraded my account from the free to the paid plan. They started billing my card every month. At that time, it was $10 a month. And 6 months later, in the month of October, I logged in, I retrieved my password, logged in, and then I came to know that over the last 6 months, my credit card has been built every month $10. You might ask me, if a credit card is being built, how come you're not aware? Yeah, I know the question that you're going to ask. Because I have done this presentation multiple times for millions of people across the country, online and offline. And people keep asking questions. So I usually know the questions you guys want to ask. I'm not exaggerating. You know what? At that time in 2008, I used to have 3 credit cards. Having a credit card was a status symbol. And of course, my credit cards were completely utilized. Remember I said business stopped for us? So I was borrowing money on the credit card. My credit cards were fully utilized. I didn't have any way to pay back on the credit card. And hence I said, why should I look at the credit card statements? I even stopped looking at the credit card statements. So I was not aware they were billing my credit card. October 2008, when I saw their bill almost $60, $10 a month for 6 months, May to October, $60 they have taken away from my card. I said, whatever I do, I have to recover the $60 from this website. Now, how do we recover? Is there a method? Yes. The only way to recover your money is by taking a project, working on the project, submitting work. The client will pay you. That's how you get back your money. There's no other way. I said, okay, let me see if you can really pick up some projects. Initially, I never thought people will pay you money online. Who will pay? Offline, nowadays people don't pay money on time after we deliver the work. Online, who will pay? So I never thought people will really pay you money online. So I was going through the project categories, and as we already discussed, the third category, do you remember the name of the category? Writing and translation. That caught my attention. When I saw the category writing and translation, I said, this is something I can do. Because I've been writing articles for my college magazine, school magazine, etc. Writing is something I love doing. I said, this is something I can do. And then I went through the subcategories. See, every category will have subcategories. Every subcategory will have list of skills associated with that. I went through the subcategories and I was trying to see if there's an easy project, something I can quickly do and get my $60 and then close my account on this Elance website and then go away from the website. That was my initial thought at that time. Of course, little did I know that I'll continue to work on the same website for the next 10 years. It was a hook for me at that time. I'll explain. So when I went through the subcategories there, I found in writing and translation a subcategory called editing and proofreading. I'm sure you might have heard of this. What is editing and proofreading? Someone might have already written the content that will be given to you. All you have to do is go through the content, identify mistakes, errors with respect to grammar, spelling, punctuation, sentence structure, vocabulary, etc. Now, what can be more exciting than this? Identifying mistakes, errors in someone else's work. Isn't that true? So I said, this is exciting, and if you can get paid for it, what can be better than that? So I said, yeah, this is something I want to do. I have to apply to projects. Remember I explained that we need to write an impressive proposal and apply to the project. So that day I sent across 3 proposals for 3 projects. Went home, slept. Next day morning, October 3rd, 2008, came back to my office, opened the inbox. I was surprised to see one of the 3 guys responded. This guy was from Australia. He said, Bhaskar, I am impressed with your proposal. I'll give you the project. When do you want to start? I said, why the delay? Send it across now. I am waiting. Remember, I need to recover my money. How much? Do you remember that value? Quickly type it in the chat window if you remember the value. Yeah, $60. 60. That was what they billed to my credit card, as I said. I said I have to recover the 60. So I told this client, send across the project. I'm waiting. I'm sitting before the computer. I'll do it. So this guy sent across an email to me with an attachment, MS Word document. I had to download that MS Word document, and that contained it had the content I was supposed to do proofreading and editing. Right? It was actually an ebook and written by someone else, and I had to go through and rectify the errors with respect to grammar, spelling, punctuation, sentence structure, vocabulary, etc. I said, this is something I can do. But when I started going through, I realized I have to pay attention carefully because it is the first project in my life, remember? And you know what? The title of the book is something I never heard of in my life. Very interesting topic, very interesting title. Can you guess the title of the topic, title of the ebook? What do you think is the subject of the ebook? I never heard of such a subject in my life till that time. I'm talking about 2008. Let me now share it with you. The title of the book was How to Date a Korean Woman. Dating a Korean woman. Now, in India, we know none of us are exposed to dating. In 2008, I'm talking about, right? Forget Korean dating. Indian dating is something that I'm completely a stranger to. But I said, look, thankfully someone has written the book. I didn't have the need to write the book. I just have to go through and rectify the errors with respect to language. So I actually spent close to about 2 full days going through each and every word, every sentence, every phrase in that book. And finally, within 3 days, I completed that. I completed doing proofreading and editing. I submitted that work to my client. My client responded saying, wow, wonderful, excellent work done. His name is Daniel. I call him Dan. You know what? Dan is still my client. Even today, it's been almost 12 years now, right? And still Dan comes back to me once every 3 months to 6 months, giving me more and more projects. And when I submitted my proposal for that project, you are supposed to actually quote how much payment you want for the project. Can you guess how much I would have quoted for the project? Remember, my $60. However, my logic told me that the guys will not pay you money anyway online. It's a fake thing, right? Because I never received money. It's the first time I'm working for a client. The second thing is that even if this guy pays you money, probably he will pay you in US dollars because it's online, and you have to convert that into Indian rupees. So there's a conversion fee involved, and the conversion fee at that time I went and researched online. They said you lose at least $1.8 towards conversion. I said, why should I lose my money? So to my $60 I wanted to recover, I added plus 2. I actually quoted $62. $62 is what I quoted for my first project online. And this guy agreed, gave me the project, I completed, submitted the work, and my client Dan, he released the pay, $62. Once I got the pay, released the pay means my account was showing 62 number, right? So that is my first project. My account was showing 62 number. This project involved proofreading and editing, and this is the screenshot of that project. Observe this, proofread and edit my ebook. September ending, the guy Dan put up the project online. October 2nd I applied. October 5th I submitted work. October 8th I received the payment. You know, when clients release your payment, they also sometimes leave feedback on your profile. They can leave a review. They also can provide you star rating, as you see on the screen. He gave me 4.85 out of 5, and he has written the comments saying, I was very pleased with Bhaskar's work, got it done on time professionally, worked with the feedback I gave to him, highly recommended. That's a wonderful feedback, because reviews like this are visible to future clients, and in the future when a new client looks at this review, he'll be more than happy to give you the work. Have you understood this? You can also respond to the client's review. I wrote back saying, hey Dan, thanks for the feedback, I look forward to working for you again, regards Bhaskar. That was my first project. Now when I saw the 62 number in my account with the dollar symbol before that, I still could not believe it is real money. I was still thinking it is a fake thing. I was under the impression that maybe the 62 is some virtual points they are giving me. Maybe in the future, when I accumulate maybe 100 points, 500 or 1000 points, they may clap and give me a certificate saying you are the winner in the website. So I never thought it's real money. Trust me, this is what actually happened with me, because till that time I never met anyone who actually earned money online. And then of course, after I completed the first project, I started asking myself, should I now apply for a second project? Yeah. Definitely, why not? So how much should I quote for the second project? That was the question I had. How much would you quote? If you are in my place, you already got paid $62 for your first project online. How much would you quote for the second project? You know, my logic told me it is anyway not money. I was thinking it's just virtual points they're giving me. Remember I said that? And what do I have to lose? I know that they will not say no to 62 because someone has once already agreed. There will be others who will agree at 62. But I said, what is the higher maximum ceiling, higher amount that will make them say no? What could be the upper limit where a client will say no? Let me test. So I said, let me ask for more, unimaginably higher. That is how I asked for $1,970. You know what? This guy also agreed. He found my proposal impressive. He released my, he awarded the project to me. So my second project was worth $1,970. You might ask me, how did you arrive at this value? Some random number, right? I was born in the year 1970. So I said, let me quote that year as the amount I want. $1,970. This client also agreed, gave me the project, and I completed and submitted work. He released my pay. Now this project involved creating PowerPoint presentations from a textbook. The textbook was already been written by my client. He sent it across the book to me, to my postal address, to my mailing address through courier, through FedEx obviously. And then I went through the textbook. I had to create separate PowerPoint presentations for each chapter. And once the project is completed, look at what the client has written. This is the rating he has given me on my profile. This is a screenshot from my profile. I'll show you my account in a couple of minutes, right? 4.9 out of 5. Excellent feedback. This was an extremely technically complex project. That's the feedback written by my client. The provider, that is me, demonstrated the ability to quickly learn and communicate a large amount of very complicated material. I'm very impressed and I look forward to working with him again. Look at that. I also responded. I wrote back a review on his profile saying, it's been a wonderful experience working for this buyer. He has been very accommodative and prompt in responding to queries as well as releasing payments. I have enjoyed every moment of working on the project. Look forward to working for him again. And then of course, I realized that there is so much potential in online freelancing. By January next year, within 3 months after I started online, I could see $10,000 in my account. And you know what? I still was not believing it is real money. I was not even withdrawing. I was waiting for them to announce I am a winner. Probably they'll give me a certificate. I never thought it is real money. So I was not even withdrawing this. And then of course, when I saw almost $10,000 in my account, I started asking myself, is it real money? Is it really money? Maybe. So how do I withdraw this? I did not know how to withdraw. I didn't know. Because I never heard of even a PayPal account. I went and spoke to their customer care on that website Elance. Then the customer care, I think at that time there's a lady called Melinda, Mel probably. And she said, Mr. Bhaskar, have you not been withdrawing your money all these months? She says it's real money. Withdraw. I said, tell me, how do I withdraw? I do not know. That's when she explained to me about PayPal account. Today, of course, I am sure you know what is a PayPal account. I did not know what is a PayPal account in 2008. We are not taught about PayPal in our school, college or university, isn't it? Even now they don't teach that, right? You are fortunate today that technology has increased so much that you are more knowledgeable than what I was when I started online, right? And of course, because I didn't know, I asked her and she explained to me how to open a PayPal account. And she also explained to me that there's another opportunity, an alternative to PayPal. PayPal is definitely something that is needed, she said, because PayPal is an account which is a free account. Anyone can open it up. It is online. You just go to paypal.com website and then you have to complete a couple of steps to activate your account. And once you receive money on Elance website or anywhere online, you can withdraw that to PayPal first. Dollar goes to PayPal, and based on the country in which you reside, PayPal will convert the dollar into the currency of your country. You receive that money into your bank account, right? That's how PayPal functions. Now I said, PayPal seems to take about a week to 10 days time. Is there a better alternative? Because when she said it's real money, I said I don't want to wait now. I can't wait for 1 week to PayPal activate my account. At that time it used to take almost 4 to 5 days time. Nowadays of course within 2 hours you can get your PayPal account activated. That was not the case in 2008, 2009, right? So I said I can't wait for more than 2 to 3 hours. I want to now immediately withdraw money. Is there an opportunity? She said there's an alternative to PayPal, and that's when she explained to me about a card called Payoneer card. Have you heard of this? Just like Paytm and PayUmoney, Payoneer is another payment processor online. And they issue a card. It's like a debit card. And this lady Melinda on Elance customer support, she told me you can apply for this Payoneer card. Within probably a week or 10 days time, you'll get your card. And then you can start using to withdraw money directly. I said, wow, Even if though I have the PayPal, even though I'll open PayPal account and activate it, I'll still go ahead with this Payoneer card. I applied for a Payoneer card. This is my card. I just scanned it, put it up online for you to see. I set up my Payoneer card. The advantage of Payoneer card is that you can use this card. It works like a debit card. You can use it anywhere in the world. Walk up to any ATM, insert the card, type the amount in your Elance account, cash comes out. That's it. Based on the country you reside in, based on the country you withdraw money, the currency will be in that country's currency. Wonderful. And within 6 months I realized that I need a team of people. I was getting more and more projects. Each month I was getting 10 projects, some months 15 projects. I was not able to handle this workload. I said I have to start recruiting a team of people. How do I recruit? I tried to speak to people in my circle, my friends, my colleagues, my relatives, my family. None of them understood what is this freelancing about. None of them were willing to actually get in. They didn't know how to do that. Right? So that's how I said, let me try if I can get someone online. I went to Orkut. I'm sure you have heard of Orkut. Orkut in 2008 and 2009, I'm talking about 2009 now, Orkut was the most famous social networking website. Facebook was not even born at that time. Orkut, owned by Google, was the buzzword. So I went on Orkut and I posted saying, look, I need freelancers. I need freelance content writers. Because I was picking up projects related to writing. Right? I said, I'll give you the projects and also pay you once you complete. We both will grow. Apply. That's when close to about 350 people applied. Over the next 45 days, using Skype, I'm sure you know Skype. Using Skype, I interviewed all these 350 applicants, and finally I shortlisted and I recruited. I hired 17 of them out of the 350 guys who applied. And these 17 of them continue to work for me even today. It's been 12 years now. Today I run a company managing freelance projects for clients globally. My team of 17 freelancers support me. It's been a long journey. It's been an exciting journey. It's been a roller coaster all this while. It's so exciting. Every time you get to interact with a new client from a different country. Wow, what can be more exciting? I've also been traveling to other countries. And of course, there is no looking back. By March of that year, I realized there is no looking back. This is a business that can be scaled up within 3 months to 6 months. Anyone can do this. I know if I can do that, anyone can do. You can do it. You know why? Because I have never been a topper of my class in school, college, or university. I was always an average student. And I know if I can do something, most people will be able to do that. Trust me, that's the reality. Within 18 months after I started online, I earned more than 30,000 US dollars. In one single account. See here, this is one of my profiles. On this account alone, if you notice, within the first 18 months, I completed 62 jobs. Jobs means projects, and I earned more than 30,000 US dollars. Look at that on the screen. And life has changed for me. Thanks to Elance, thanks to the internet, thanks to online freelancing, my life changed on that October 2nd, 2008. And of course, 2011, I cleared my home loan thanks to the online earnings. All that money I paid for the home loan was through my online freelancing. 2011, the same year, December, I launched my second business, focusing on digital marketing and other aspects related to the internet. And of course, 2012, I started offering training programs, workshops in Hyderabad, where I stay. Right? The first workshop program I launched was called OITP, Online Income Training Program. I used to train people on, it's a one-day workshop, morning to evening, 8 hours a day. I used to train them how to apply for a project, how to identify websites, how to write impressive proposals, how to select genuine clients, how to submit work, how to collect payments, how to use PayPal account. All this I used to train them. I have done this workshop across the 2 states of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana in India. And then of course, from 2013, I started conducting different other workshops, including this, in all the major cities in India, including cities like Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, Chennai, Pune, etc. Now, these are a couple of newspaper articles published. That's me on the screen, as you notice here, that is me. And this is in Telugu language, which is the mother tongue for people in Andhra, Telangana, the state where I was born and brought up. And you will notice in some of these seminars and workshops, there used to be 2,000 people, 1,000 people, 800 people. This is another article, right? I did this program across the 2 states, in all the districts of Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, and also in all the major cities in India. Look at the crowd who are attending my workshops and seminars. These are all employees, housewives, business owners, retired people, students who are keen to learn how to start earning online, who are keen to understand how to get into online freelancing. So I conducted these programs in all the major cities in India, including Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi, Ernakulam, that is Cochin in Kerala, Mumbai, Pune, Trivandrum, Visakhapatnam. That's just a partial list. And these are actual photographs. In addition to the ones I have shown you earlier, these are photographs from the workshops I have conducted on different topics, including online income training program, topics like digital marketing, teaching online, content writing, digital content, including aspects related to online sales funnels. Look at the crowd. Most of my, every time I conduct a workshop, I used to have a minimum of 100 people to almost 200 people participating. It used to be a 4-day, 5-day workshop, and I did that in all the major cities in India. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that exciting? I started with one single project on October 2nd, 2008. Look at how the business has grown today. Today I run this business with a team of 17 freelancers. Now, the question is this something you want to do? Does my story excite you? Is it interesting? For me, it is still exciting and interesting to share with you all these details. You know, when I started sharing my own story, I actually experienced the same excitement again. You would have noticed that in my tone, in my expression, in my interaction, and my presentation. So what is the next step now for you? What do you need to do? The next step for you is you have to understand that I'm sure you realize that there is a lot more to learn. Though we have spent close to an hour now, I'm sure you understood a lot of things you were not aware earlier. However, there is still a lot more you need to learn to be able to launch your journey as a freelancer online. And of course, learning never stops for any of us. And the another important quote I wanted to share with you is given by Abu Bakr. Knowledge without action is meaningless. Do you agree with that? Gaining knowledge unless you apply that, implement that, is meaningless. That is true. So what is the next step? You know, what if you are able to launch your own freelancing business within the next 30 days? What if you are able to build a team of your own freelancers, like I have done that in 6 months time? What if you can do that within the next 90 days time? I took 6 months to build a team of 17 freelancers. Of course, now things have changed. People are more skilled, more aware. You will be able to do that within the next 90 days if you decide to do so. That's the opportunity I present to you now. Now, does that sound exciting? If yes, the next step is for you to sign up for a 30-day challenge. This is going to be a 30-day challenge for you. And this challenge will help you kickstart your online freelancing career. And this 30-day challenge will help you kickstart your online freelancing career. So who can take up this challenge? Please understand, irrespective of what occupation or what vocation you are involved in, anyone can get into this industry. Anyone can decide to get into online freelancing. So anyone can sign up for this challenge. Let me explain. Number one, if you're an employee, if you have been planning to make a paradigm shift in your career, probably you have been planning to quit your job, as we said a couple of minutes ago. Maybe you are considering the opportunity of getting into something more exciting, more interesting, more lucrative. This is the opportunity if you are an employee. Even if you are a business owner, if you have been desiring to set up a location independent business, probably you already have a business, but then you're tied down to a one location. Now this is a business opportunity, freelancing online, which lets you become location independent. You could work on the project from anywhere in the world. Even if you're a homemaker, if you have been aspiring to increase your household income, particularly during this last 6 months, couple of months of lockdown on COVID pandemic, everyone now, every family aspires to enhance their income for the household. Isn't that true? This is the opportunity. You don't have to leave your home. Sitting at home from the cozy comfort of your home, you can start working for clients globally, delivering freelance projects to them. You're getting paid in US dollars. What can be better than that? Even if you're self-employed, if you're looking to create multiple streams of income, this is the opportunity for you. Sign up for this challenge. And if you're a retired person, I'm sure with your vast experience over the last couple of years, you still have the passion to indulge, to involve in something that will keep your gray cells activated. So this is the opportunity. And of course, if you're a student also, if you're determined to check out a unique career for yourself, online freelancing is something you should consider, and hence you should sign up for this challenge. Please understand, to sign up for this 30-day challenge, there is no experience needed. There is no age criteria. There is no qualification criteria. Irrespective of your age, experience, or qualification, anyone can sign up for this challenge. For the next 30 days, you will learn everything you need to know. So anyone with the desire to learn online can sign up for this challenge. So what is this challenge about? This 30-day challenge I have been talking about. Over the last 12 years of my experience working on freelance projects for clients globally, I have been able to create a blueprint. Do you understand the meaning of a blueprint? It's a very clearly documented, highly structured, systematic, step-by-step process which helps you achieve any outcome that you have in mind, and this blueprint will help you achieve your goal of getting into online freelancing. Now this blueprint is a proven system and it is highly structured. It is a proven system. Those who have applied this system have already tasted success. Let me now share with you some success stories of people who have already undergone this challenge. People have already attended the training programs offered by me, and couple of them I am sharing. Look at this on the screen. This guy, after he has attended our program, the training workshop, after he has signed up for the challenge and completed it within 30 days, this is the feedback he shares with me on my account. Look at this on my Facebook account. He says, thanks a lot, it is activated. He is referring to the PayPal account. Activated, and I got a message that it takes 5 days for verifying PayPal account. And he says, hello G, totally 6 projects received, 3 completed with $262, another 3 with $804. Total is almost $1,100, $1,000+. All this project, 6 projects is taken on Elance. 3 already completed, 3 others with 804. I said, excellent, good show. People have been earning like this after undergoing the challenge with us, after undergoing the training, after receiving the comprehensive inputs they need to know to start getting into freelancing. There are a lot of success stories like this. Imagine $1,000 within one single month in India. As I said, now it's of course close to about 75 to 77,000 rupees. That's more than an average salary of a full-time employee in the country. That is the opportunity I am presenting to you. And of course, another success story. This is from a person called Rakesh in Hyderabad, and he says on my Facebook account, he messages me saying, a zillion thanks sir for introducing me to Elance and online earning. I will always be indebted to you. I asked him, how much have you made online till date? Let me know your Elance profile link. And look at the answer he gives me. He says he has earned about 8 lakh rupees within 1 year time, working part-time as a freelancer, maybe 2 to 3 hours each day. He is a full-time employee with an IT company and he works in the mornings, evenings, or the weekends. Imagine this, 8 lakh rupees as a part-time income. What can be better than this? Isn't that interesting? Isn't that exciting? For me it is. That's how I continue to run this business, managing my team of 17 freelancers. And I'm sure you also now understand the excitement in this industry. This is another feedback, a success story of my participant. She says, I got my second project, rewriting, content writing, rewriting in Upwork. Of course, as I said, initially the website was called Elance. Later in 2014 December, it has been renamed as Upwork. And that's the name that the person is referring to. Very happy, and thank you Bhaskar sir, etc. I simply followed what Bhaskar sir has told. Wrote regularly 2 to 3 proposals a day from the last 3 months. In January, I got my first project and successfully completed. Now I got my second project and working on it. Look at this. Never give up. That's what you should understand from this success story. This guy has been writing regularly 2 to 3 proposals. January he started, and then within 2 months time he got his first project. Some people get the project within 2 days time itself. Remember, I got my first project on the first day itself. I'll show other success stories of my participants who got the project within a week's time also. Just a recent case study also I will share with you now. Now this is a quite recent one, about I think 6 months back in the month of March, after COVID-19 has happened in India, March 31st, this guy comes and tells me on my Facebook account, Bhaskar, thanks again for your guidance and training to become a freelancer. When most of the companies are shut down due to Corona and people are home quarantined, thinking how to time pass, I'm happily working from home and earning without any loss. That's what he says. Actually, I made around $250 more than earlier as I'm spending more time now. Thank you very much. See you in the next seminar at Vizag. Look at this. When I see such feedback, when I see such success stories, I feel immensely happy, because can you understand the happiness you can derive when you realize that you've been able to help someone make a change in their life? That is the opportunity. anyone can get into this industry. I responded saying, excellent sir, good to know your success, keep up the good work. There are a lot of success stories like this from our own participants undergoing training programs with us across the country, sometimes outside India as well. Now of course we have been doing more often on the internet online, and this challenge will help you also be part of the success story. Who knows, next time when I do a session like this, I'll be probably sharing your success story with the participants who attend the session. Now this is a success story which is also quite recent. This guy enrolled in the course after attending a webinar, a session like this just last month. He picked up his first project within the first 1 week, second project in the next week, and he currently has got 2 projects on hand, earning about $700 per month. These are recurring projects. Every month he is billing $700. And in India, that's close to about 50K. He is continuing to work with his full-time occupation. He is only spending about 2 hours each day to generate this kind of revenue for him and his family. Right? His name is Srihari, based in Bangalore, one of the metro cities in India. There are a lot of success stories. As I said, next time I would love to interview you. This is an interview that I did with Srihari to understand how he went about, so that his case study can become a source of inspiration for other people who intend to get into freelancing. And of course, if you can follow instructions, please understand this, I am clarifying. If you can just follow instructions and apply a proven system, then this challenge is for you. That's it. So what does the challenge involve? Let me explain. What does this challenge involve? The 30-day challenge. Why am I saying 30 days? Please understand, by the end of the 30 days, I want you to pick up your first project. As we have seen, Srihari has picked up his first project within 1 week after starting the challenge. Most people are able to do that within 1 or 2 weeks time. However, I am saying you can go take up to 30 days, right? Which is more than enough. So what does this challenge involve? This challenge is an opportunity for you to launch your online freelancing career. In this challenge, you will learn everything you need to know to start picking up online freelance projects. I am going to handhold you in this exciting journey through a wide variety of learning resources. What are these learning resources, you might ask me? There are different resources I am going to give you access to once you sign up for this challenge. Number 1 resource, I am going to provide you a premium course with unlimited access for the next 6 months. Now this course is called the Online Freelancing Blueprint. This is a complete step-by-step video tutorial for picking up freelance projects online. And this course, premium course, is worth 17,999 rupees. What will you learn in this course? Number 1, you will learn how to set up online freelancing accounts. Please understand, on genuine websites, there are very stringent process steps involved. Websites tend to reject applications when people sign up for the first time if you do not know what are the steps to be completed. Trust me, I am not exaggerating this. Yeah, so in this course, Online Freelancing Blueprint, I train you how to set up your online freelancing accounts, how to write an impressive profile. Only when your profile is impressive, the website will approve your account, and that is mandatory. Unless your account is approved, unless your profile is approved by the website, you are not allowed to start applying to projects. Understand? So writing an impressive profile is something very important, and I'm saying I am going to help you understand how to do that. Number 3, you will also understand how to analyze and how to identify genuine clients. Remember, we already discussed how to identify genuine websites. This is different. Identifying genuine clients, whether the client will pay you or not, all this is easy to identify. Out of my own experience over the last 12 years, I have amassed, accumulated this knowledge. I'm going to share that in this course with you. You'll also get trained on how to choose high paying projects. High paying. Some of my projects are in the range of $1,000 to even $4,000. One project I remember I picked up 2.5 years back. One single project was worth almost $17,000. Imagine. There are also projects like that, high paying projects. I'll also share with you how to pick up those projects. How to write winning proposals. Remember, we already discussed, many people, when they apply to the project, same project, how will the client choose to whom the project should be awarded? The only criteria he would consider is the proposal that you submit. Client does not know your work experience. He does not know you. He doesn't even know where you stay. He does not know what skills and knowledge you possess. He doesn't understand the passion you have for online freelancing. Only thing that he got access to is the proposal that you submit with him. and writing that impressive proposal is important. Unless it is written as a winning proposal, you will not get the project. Someone else will get the project. Trust me, many people try their hand at freelancing, they give up pretty soon because they do not know how to write an impressive proposal. I am going to train you, I am going to share with you the secrets, the actual practical techniques and tips I have been using myself to write impressive proposals, which are fetching me projects with my clients over the last 12 years now. You will also understand how to use escrow accounts, how to create milestones, how to use hourly tracking software. Remember, we already discussed escrow and hourly tracking. You will learn how to do this in this course called Online Freelancing Blueprint. You will also understand how to withdraw payments to your bank account, whichever country, wherever you are in the world. All this is part of this premium course called Online Freelancing Blueprint. It's a complete, the most comprehensive step-by-step video tutorial for picking up freelance projects online, and this course is worth 17,999. You will get access to this course when you sign up for the challenge. Now, you should sign up for the challenge now, because if you sign up for the challenge, but towards the end of this session, I'll give you opportunities to sign up for this challenge. Once you do that, you will be able to claim bonuses also. What are these bonuses? Number one, bonus one is worth 12,599. It is another self-paced video course. In that course, I have explained the list of 58 genuine websites with crisp specifications for each website. As we already said, on the internet, there are hundreds and thousands of websites which claim they let us take freelance projects. But we know all of them are not genuine. We know only a handful of them are genuine. If you have to do it yourself, if you want to try out every single website online, experimenting, trial and error, trying to identify which is genuine, which is not, whether they'll pay you or not, that will take another 1.5 year, 2 years time. Isn't that true? That is one option you have, doing research yourself. But if you want to cut short the time, you want to leverage my experience over the last 12 years so that you can kickstart your freelancing career immediately, by tomorrow, by tonight itself, then this is the opportunity. Because this bonus course is a self-paced video course wherein I explain all the 58 genuine websites. I've already experimented all the websites in the world. It's been 12 years now. Trust me. Every single website, you name the website, I have registered on it, I have experimented, I have tried. Some cases I have paid money just to see whether it works or not, lost money, understood it's a fake website. All this experimentation I've already done. You don't have to go through the same pain I went through. In fact, when I started, I didn't have any inputs. There's no one to guide me. You are now at an advantage. You have the opportunity of leveraging my experience that I'm sharing through this challenge, through these video courses. So this bonus course will help you understand what are those top 58 genuine websites. For every website, I have provided crisp specifications which will help you understand more in detail. So the total value of this bundle now, the premium course worth 17,999 plus the bonus worth 12,599. Together, they are worth a bundle of 30,598 rupees. You're going to get access to this bundle. Now, you know what? Once you sign up today for this challenge, you also will get access to the second bonus, which is worth almost 12,999 rupees. As you see on the screen, what is this bonus about? This is where you will be able to get access to live webinars. I will be conducting live webinars every month for the next 6 months. I keep doing this throughout the year, every month. And you will get access to these live webinars for the next 6 months, which is where I'm going to demonstrate live how to write impressive project proposals. I'm going to show you practically, I'm going to log into one of my freelancing accounts on these websites. I will show you how I screen the projects, how I screen the clients, how I select a project, how I select a client, how I write an impressive proposal, what parameters I include, how do I submit the proposal, how do I collect. All this I'm going to explain and demonstrate live. Wouldn't that be interesting? Isn't that useful? Don't you think this is going to further help you and accelerate your journey of becoming successful online freelancer? Yes, that is why we've included this bonus too also as part of this challenge. You're going to get access to live webinars for the next 6 months at the rate of 1 webinar per month. At least 3 days before the webinar, you will receive the link for logging into the webinar. And this bonus itself is worth 12,999 rupees. Now, if you look at the bundle now, the total value of this bundle, What are the three components in this bundle currently? Number one, the premium course online freelancing blueprint worth 17,999. Bonus one, additional course where you will understand the 58 genuine websites, that is worth 12,599. Plus bonus two, the live webinars at one webinar per month every fourth Thursday usually next 6 months. It is worth 12,999. Together if you add up, you will realize that the total value of this bundle is now at 43,597 rupees. Now, often my clients keep requesting me to write a winning project proposal for their own projects. Of course, I charge them because ultimately it's also another project for me. Writing proposals for businesses is also service we offer. So usually I charge in the range of 8,999 to 12,999 for writing one project proposal. And you know what I am going to do? Do you want to have a special access to my winning proposals? Do you think that's going to help you? Imagine if you can access my actual proposals I sent to clients which fetched me projects. What can be better than that? I would say that will be a priceless opportunity. I hope you agree. I'm sure you agree, right? So do you want special access to my winning proposals? Yes, that I have included as a separate bonus. It's called the bonus 3. As part of this bonus, I'll give you 3 of my actual proposals which together fetched me projects worth more than $25,000. I'm going to give you my 3 proposals. You can go through them. You can understand the tone, the structure, the components included. What helped me to get the project by using that proposal, you will understand. Right? And this bonus 3, as I said, for me it's a priceless opportunity to access the actual proposals, because no one in this world, no sane person in the world will be willing to share their proposals. You might ask me, why are you doing this? You know what? Let me share something that I've set out for myself. I have set a target, a mission to reach out to 1 million learners in the next 10 years time. That is my mission, to reach out to 1 million. 10 lakh people should get assistance from me, should take the advantage of my experience and launch their freelancing career. As part of that, I have decided to put everything I know in the form of courses, and that is what you're going to get access to once you sign up for this challenge. And of course, now if you look at the value of the bundle, the premium course worth 17,999 plus the first bonus, second course worth 12,599 plus the next bonus worth almost 12,999, the 6 webinars, live webinars every month. And I also explained just now, you're going to get an additional bonus. You'll get access to 3 original winning proposals I submitted to clients which fetched me projects worth more than $25,000. And though I said it's a priceless opportunity, to put a tag to that, I've just included it as worth 26,999. If you add up all this, together this bundle is now valued at 70,595 rupees. That's what you're going to receive as part of this challenge once you sign up. You'll get access to all this for the next 6 months. Absolute unlimited access for the next 6 months. That's it. Now the question is, do you have to invest 70,595 rupees? Obviously no. Because as a special webinar offer, since you have decided to take out your time and attend this session and spend your time with me for the last 1.5 hours, as a special webinar offer, I am giving you an opportunity to sign up for this challenge with almost 89% off the regular fee. On the bundle fee that we already discussed, you are able to claim 89% discount. What it means is, instead of paying 70,595, you just have to make one single investment of 8,999. That's it. And this includes the taxes, GST. One single investment of 8,999 will give you access to this entire bundle. The first premium course worth 17,999, and that course will help you understand how to start picking up projects. Bonus 1, the second course worth 12,599. Bonus 2, the live webinars for the next 6 months, they are worth 12,999. Additional bonus of 3 original winning proposals. You will get special access to these 3 original proposals which are worth 26,999. Together this bundle of resources is worth 70,595. However, you are able to claim access to entire bundle with one single investment of 8,999 today as a special webinar offer. Is that interesting? Now how do you sign up? How do you claim access to this challenge? what you can do is, below this video, below this webinar, maybe on the left side or below or at the top, you will see the payment links. You just have to click on the link, you will go to the payment page, complete the payment. You will see there this discounted fee of 8,999 instead of 70,595, and you complete the payment. Once you make the payment within 24 hours, understand this, once you make the payment within 24 hours, my team will get back to you. They'll send you an email confirming receipt of the payment. They'll also they'll share with you step-by-step instructions on how to access this bundle of resources. They'll also let you know where to access this bundle of resources. Understand that this is a one-time opportunity. We already said earlier, knowledge not applied is meaningless. Remember, just gaining knowledge doesn't make any sense unless we start applying that. This is the opportunity for you to kickstart, jumpstart your freelancing career. So make the right choice. Trust me, there is no possibility of getting access to this kind of resources from someone who has been doing it himself for more than a decade now, anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world. So I'm not exaggerating. I'm sure you are aware of that. My suggestion would be, grab this opportunity. Sign up for this challenge. The value of the resources you are getting access to is much, much more than the amount that you are investing. So you have a couple of minutes time to quickly click on the link available there, link or the payment button that you see anywhere around this video, maybe at the bottom or the right side or the top. Please click on that, complete, grab this opportunity, sign up for the challenge, and once you do that, within 24 hours my team will get back to you, and we both will meet in the next monthly webinar. We'll meet live, we'll interact, I'll answer any queries you have for me. I look forward to meeting you. I am excited. I can't wait to meet you. Best of luck. I look forward to meeting you. Remember that this is a one-time opportunity. Best of luck, and we'll meet together. We'll see each other in the live webinar in the next monthly webinar. Thank you.